The Tiwanaku Empire was located just southeast of Lake Titicaca and connected spirituality and power between the lake and the highland side of Tiwanaku. The people of Tiwanaku balanced agriculture with herding, allowing them to build surpluses of food and other essentials that gave them the economic freedom to fund art. Tiwanaku ceramics often consisted of small ritual pieces, useful when trading long distance. These artifacts include incense burners, keros for feasting, and human head portrait vessels. Offerings of ceramics and sacrificed baby llama were often lowered into Lake Titicaca between the islands of the sun and moon. Even today, people lower ceramics into the lake as offerings. Tiwanaku's location allowed its residents to observe the path of the sun as it rose from the jungle each morning and sank into the high plains at twilight. This prompted architecture that acted as a calendar charting solstices, equinoxes, and zenith passages. Temples built at both sites share imagery of the snake, condor, and puma. Tiwanaku retained the staff-bearing or transformational imagery of earlier Andean traditions, such as the chavin. Here we have an incense burner depicting a puma. It is believed to have been made between 600 and 900 AD and is fashioned in the beaker shape commonly associated with the Tiwanaku. The unknown artist painted the incense burner with intricate designs including another puma and sacred geometric patterns.
Tiwanaku pottery used by its residents were distinctive in their shapes and colors used for decoration on the pottery. Most of the domestic use of pottery by the working class were a orange in color or brown in colored with minimal decoration and or pattern. Various ceramics and art were a large part of the Tiwanaku culture. As they had no written language, art through ceramics was a form of communication. The Kea style were ceramics made of light brown paste and made into bowls or wide-bottom vases with a narrow top. It is known that the ceramic vessels at the peak of the Tiwanaku Empire show their social and economic position. For example, the jar to our left was probably used for storing water and or cooking and used by the lower class residents of Tiwanaku, as compared to the right with the more intricate design of the Kiro cup and the rich painting. The painting of the tarot cup was probably used by the more elite citizens of Tiwanaku and or used for ceremonial ritual purposes. It is also known by archaeologists, and they suggest that the pottery was used for trade, which helped the empire of Tiwanaku grow and was used to their advantage. The color and or neatness depends on the status of the resident and if it was for ritual or ceremonial events. There also seem to be two different time periods in the history of the pottery of Tiwanaku, referring to the region it was made in and the time period too. There were two types, the red ware and the black ware, as you see the red to our left and the black to our right. Here you see a Tiwanaku high priest warrior who probably performed many of the ceremonial rituals and sacrifices. Along with that were many of the ceramics used and sacrificed and given to the gods, which you will see in the next slide. It is important to note that even though there is little known about if in fact pottery was used for defense or weaponry by the Tiwanaku, they did use these items here as offerings, which include ceramic pieces, probably done by the high priest for ritual ceremonial sacrifice